Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got one more game with the Brewers before we get an off day. So let's get the subs in here, give them a day in the sun. I think we usually take out the non-apples first. Is that everybody? Alright, let's move this lineup around a little bit. And I think we got everybody in a position we want. So, let's get this started. Dudamel is starting again. He just started the first game of this series and didn't go that long. It's the only player I happened to catch out of the corner of my eye for the Brewers. It's also a rainy day, which usually doesn't do good things for our offense, which is saying something because we've scored 3 whole runs the past 2 games against the Brewers. Although the Brewers have only scored 1 run during that time, so I suppose it's been enough so far. Alright, we've got Graves on the mound today. Which, you know, has... not that we've lost a lot of games at all over this whole time period, but Graves especially usually means good things are going to happen. So here's Tony Gwynn Jr. to start things off again. Started off yesterday's game with a hit. Looks at strike 1 to start off today. And that curveball bounces well outside, I might add. There's a swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, here's Ronnie Cedeno. First pitch is called strike 1. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. Ground back to Graves. He knocks it down and then gets it to first. 2 away. Here's Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun, I think, came within inches, maybe a foot at most, from getting a home run right over that very deep and tall wall in left center here that would have won the game for the Brewers. Pops this one foul, though, and that will end the inning. Well, 1-2-3 start today. Phil's going to lead off today for the Squirrels. It's like the same lineup for the Brewers. Again, Dudamel starting... he started the first game and the last game of this series. He only went like 4 innings in that first game, though they were effective innings. Gave up 1 run early and nothing after that. I think 1 hit out of Zach was the only other thing he gave up outside of the 2 hits in the first inning, where Chief happened to put it deep in that left center, which let Marvin score from first. We'll see how far he gets in today's game. I imagine it'll be another short start coming off that shorter rest. Phil's got a 1-2 count, make it 2-2 as that pitch goes up by his face. Pops a foul, Van Hecken giving chase, but he won't get there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, here is Sweeney. I do believe his first at-bat of this series just hasn't worked out to get him into the double switch. It's been all Phil pinch hitting this series. But he got plenty of extra at-bats with the American League Parks, and I think we got another one. I think we go to Oakland after this. Not 100% sure of that, but I think that's what's going on after the off day. Quinton at the plate as Sweeney ground out to first. He's quickly got an 0-2 count. He is batting right-handed. He will strike out. Swung at all 3 pitches, so I like the aggressiveness, but didn't even foul 1 off. So that part's not great. A lot of zeros to start the game. Bill Hall is going to start things off for the Brewers in the second inning. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down. Here is Nitro. Trying to think. He has not had a good series. I'm not sure off the top of my head if he's even gotten a hit in any of these games. If he connects, you know, it's got a chance to go over the fence, but a harmless ground ball to third there. That will bring Mercado to the plate. He will look at strike 1. Grounds that one off his foot. Seems to be fine. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, that'll end the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Terry will come to the plate for the Squirrels. Still all zeros up there. First pitch to Terry is in there for strike 1. That is fouled back. That'll make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, here's Frank. So Dudamel pitched very well against us in this first game. I can't imagine he's got that much left in the tank. He's got Frank with a 2-0 count. There's a called strike. Called strike again. 2-2. Ground up the middle. Dudamel will knock it down and get the ball to first. 2 away. Here is Miyake. Lefty-lefty matchup. He had a stretch there where he was hitting everything, and now the past few series he's gone cold. Fouls that pitch off. That will give him an 0-2 count. That sinker just outside. Pops this one up. Cedeno waiting for it. Right, I think, where he started. So still all zeros as we go to the third. Bullard's going to lead off for Milwaukee. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Popped up. Martinez takes a couple steps to the left-hand side and, well, okay, left-handed batter's box, right-hand side of the field. That's baseball for you. He makes the catch either way. It's the first out of the inning. Van Hecken will take strike 1. Popped up back to Graves. Just has to take a couple steps off the mound. That'll bring Dudamel to the plate. I think he struck out and ground out in his 2 at-bats the first time we faced him. He's got a 1-1 count at the moment. So this is only Dudamel's second MLB game. Made his debut a couple days ago. Strikes out in this at-bat to end the top of the third. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Still all zeros. Martinez is going to lead it off for the Squirrels. So first pitch is a swing and a miss on a fastball at the knees. Martinez actually has been hot lately, as that one is just foul down the first base side. Got that average close to 300, which is frankly unimaginable for Martinez. He is a purely defensive catcher. Though, like I said, there's a reason we call him Clutch Martinez. This is not a clutch situation, so he'll strike out. There's Joey. He had actually a couple of good games in a row here. Got his average up to 300. He's become a better hitter throughout his career. He was definitely a defense-first shortstop, and he probably still would define him that way, but he's become a capable hitter. He fouls that pitch away. That gives him a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Two down. Here's Graves hitting 250. Pretty darn good for him. Looks at strike one. Doesn't like the call. That curveball bounces in. Dudamel already up to 5 strikeouts. A chance for 6 here. Although Graves with a 2-1 count at the moment. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. And that will be foul. Well hit, just a little bit too late. Couldn't quite keep it fair. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There is strikeout number 6 for Dudamel to finish off the Squirrels. I do think the Brewers got something here in the draft. And Lundberg, he had a short stint in the last game, thanks to his spot coming up in the order, but he looked just as impressive. Imagine we will see him later in this game if they're already bringing Dudamel back. So here's Tony Gwynn Jr. to start things off in the 4th inning. Everybody is 0 in this game. 4 strikeouts for Graves the first time through the Brewers order. I do think Gwynn was one of them, and he will strike out again. 1 away, Cedeno ground out in his first at-bat. Pops this one up just in foul ground, and Martinez will make that catch. Braun fouled out in his first at-bat. He looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And that will be the first hit of the ball game into center field. Bill Hall looks at strike 1. Hall with an 0-2 count. Swings and misses. And that'll end the 4th inning. The Brewers do put a 1 up on the board, but in the hits column. And that's the only non-zero on the board at the moment. Phil's going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 4th to start their second go-around. Guess we'll just mention the Squirrels that didn't strike out. So that doesn't include Phil. So he looks at strike 1. Grounds this one foul right through the third base coach. This is just foul down the right field line. I thought that was going to be a hit. I missed by inches. Ooh. That pitch looked high, but Dudamel gets the call. So here's Sweeney. He ground out his first time up. Oh, brushed back. Steps back in there. And hits this one through the right side of the infield. First hit and base runner for the Squirrels. Sweeney very quick. He could try to steal second, but Van Hecken, a strong-armed catcher back there. Quinton will hit this one foul, so definitely no stolen base there. This is down in the dirt. 1-1. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Up by Quinton's head. He does not brush back. And that one's outside. We got a full count with 1 out. Runner stays put. Oh, that was by him by the time he swung. 2 away after that strikeout. Terry will look at strike 1. And that is down in the dirt. Swing and a miss, but it gets away. Same as the other. 3-3-0. Terry strikes out, and that'll end the 4th inning. So both teams with hits now, but neither team with runs. Nitro's going to lead things off for Milwaukee in the 5th. Hold on, let me pause just a moment here. All right. My apologies, although shouldn't have really been much of a pause for you. It wasn't that much of a pause for me, honestly. Maybe a minute or two. Nitro starts off with a swing and a miss. Looks at another strike right down the middle. Puts this one in the air, but not very far. Joey just barely standing in the outfield grass. Drops it! Oh, goodness gracious, what are we doing? So Nitro will reach on an error. As I just talked about Joey being defense first. Goodness, guys. Not that he has a ton of errors this year, but errors just always drive you crazy. Mercado will strike out on 3 straight pitches. That's the first out of the inning. Bullard fouled out in his first at-bat. Backdoor curve for strike 1. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Graves 1 out away from making that error not matter. Van Hecken popped out in his first at-bat. And he'll look at strike 1 on a curveball here. Strike 2 on a fastball. He's not swung the bat yet. And he will not. Looks at strike 3, and that ends the 5th inning. So Joey makes a regrettable error, but it doesn't come back to hurt the Squirrels. Still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 5th, where Frank will lead things off. Frank ground out in his first at-bat, and he will watch that fastball stay outside. Actually, hey, impressed by Dudamel. I think he's already gone deeper in this game than he did the game 2 days ago. Frank will ground back to him. 1 away. Here's Miyake. It's not a bad idea, just to make sure. Just to make sure there's not spill. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Miyake's got a 2-1 count. And he will hit this through the middle of the infield. He is back on the board for the first time in a while. He's going to try to make it into a double. And he makes it there. I thought that was a little ambitious, but he made it work. I still might have been ambitious. Sometimes ambition pays off. I guess I wouldn't know about that. But we've got a runner on second with only 1 out. Here's a good chance for Martinez to come through here. So he looks at strike 1. Ground ball. That will move Miyake to third. So a productive out anyway. Joey at the plate. 2 outs, but a runner on third. So if he can get hit here, that will break the tie. It's called strike. This will get through the right side of the infield. That will score the first run of the game. Joey's still aboard for Graves. And here the rain starts to fall and Dudamel starts to wipe his brow. First pitch in there for a strike.
Was it 3-3?
There's a ball.
That he thought it was the other one.
2-1, and this will miss again. 3-1. Swing and a miss. We got a full count with 2 outs. Runner will be off. And it's a walk. And that will be it for Dudamel. Hey, for pitching on super short rest, hats off. Lundberg on the same rest, but he only pitched for like an inning and change before his spot came up in the order, and they did not let him bat. He was effective when he was in there, though. Phil has struck out in both at-bats so far. We got 2 on with 2 out. That first pitch is too far outside. And this one is too high. Too high again makes it 3-0. I don't know if this rain is affecting the pitchers now. This one's fouled back. It would have been a strike. Still don't love him swinging 3-0. He looks at strike 2. Runners will be off with this pitch. And it's going to be a little bloop towards first. Nitro's able to get it in the air. But the Squirrels do score the first run of the game. We go into the 6th inning. It is Lundberg's spot. We'll see if he gets to hit this time. He will. So this is his first major league at-bat against Graves. So, you know, good luck, young buck. He gets some bat on it. It's a weak ground ball to Joey. 1 away. Back to the top of the order. Graves up to 9 strikeouts on the day. Gwynn has struck out twice already. Looks at ball 1. Hits a ground ball. Graves can't get it. Joey will, but he took a bad route, so that's going to go down as an infield hit. Here's Cedeno. He is 0 for 2. Runner takes off. Martinez should cut him down, and he does. It was close, and I should make a little addendum. I've said it before, but I'll say it again here for those who haven't seen us before. Both of our catchers have very strong arms. You can't really run on them, but we do have some pitchers you can run on. Graves being one of them. He's not super quick to the plate, nor does he throw hard. And Tony Gwynn Jr. almost made that work. So here's Cedeno now with a 2-2 count. 2 outs and the base is empty. Curveball, or changeup rather, nowhere close. Full count. That one's close, and it's hit back to Graves, and he'll get it to first to end the top of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Sweeney will lead things off. It's still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Sweeney 1 for 2, got the first Squirrels hit of the game. Looks at strike 1. Both teams with 3 base runners. Milwaukee got theirs with 2 hits and an error. Ours on 3 hits. Sweeney will hit this into left, but it's going to hook just foul. Keeps it at an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, here's Quinton. He will flip around left-handed. He struck out in both of his right-handed at-bats. He swings and misses at a slider to start this at-bat. That one a bit too far outside. This one too far inside, makes it 2-1. Into center field, and that will be a base hit. I think that's the first one Lundberg has given up. 1 away. Terry at the plate has struck out in both at-bats, but those were both lefty-lefty matchups. Probably not Terry's favorite. He's got a 2-0 count. And indeed, Lundberg does have to come to him, and Terry puts it into left center for a base hit. Might have been a double anyway, but definitely is a double when the throw goes to third. 2 runners in scoring position, and Frank with a chance to blow the game open a little bit. He'll look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Lundberg 1 out away from getting out of this. Miyake got a base hit in his last at-bat. Standing in the way, looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Hits a ground ball foul down the third base line. Hits this one through the right side. 1 run already in. Terry on his way in. Throw goes home, not in time. Squirrels go up 3-0 and keep a runner in scoring position for Martinez. He hits a ground ball to third, and Miyake is going to get tagged out. But we go into the 7th, a little bit of breathing room for the Squirrels now. Ryan Braun is going to lead things off for Milwaukee. We will go get Jones to pitch an inning. Braun 1 for 2 today, got a single in his last at-bat. He will look at a breaking ball out of the zone. Another breaking ball, that one's in there for a strike. Yet another breaking ball in for a strike. Will Jones throw him a fastball? He does, and he looks at strike 3. Here's Bill Hall. He has struck out swinging in both at-bats so far today. And he'll look at strike 1 here. Got an 0-2 count. All gas for Hall, and he'll go down swinging again. So here's Nitro. He reached on the error in his last at-bat, so he is 0 for 2. But he has been on base. Joey just flat dropped an easy pop fly. I don't know what happened there. Nitro with an 0-2 count here. He'll put this fairly deep, but I think Miyake's got a beat on it, and he does. 7th inning stretch time. Joey's going to lead off on the other side. It's 3-0 Squirrels.
Join the singer.
Alright, here is Joey Lundberg out there for another inning. Had a little bit of a rough go last inning. Ground ball to third, Bullard on to first. Still think Lundberg's probably one of the best arms, if not the best arm already, out of their bullpen. Pinch hitter, we've got a lead now, so we go to Marvin. That's the rule. Marvin hits when we're ahead. Tom hits when we're behind in these bench games. Since they both get 2 games off, everybody else just gets 1. Marvin bats left-handed and looks at strike 1. This one down by his feet to make it 1-1. Oops, swings at the same pitch but comes up empty. 1-2. Called strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. Phil to the plate is 0 for 3. He did get bat on the ball at least last time up. He looks at strike 1 here. His average back to an even 200. Pops this one up in foul ground. Van Hecken makes the catch. Well, we'll go to the 8th inning. It's 3-0 Squirrels. Mercado will lead things off. And we will get to use Hermida again. So didn't get to use them yesterday with the extra inning game. And Mercado has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Starts off with a curveball, probably low and inside. Hits the fastball to Phil, who will get it to first. 1 down. Here's Bullard. He's 0 for 2. Looks at strike 1 on the curveball. That one hit the dirt. I don't even think it made it to the plate. Swings and misses at that curveball, 1-2. Another swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 away, here's Van Hecken. He's 0 for 2. And he'll swing and miss at the curveball. Surprised Hermida's throwing so many curveballs with the rain, but apparently the wet ball not affecting him. Throws a fastball there, but it's out of the zone. Back to the curve and it bounces in. 2-2. Fastball over the outer half, and that will be strike 3. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 3-0 Squirrels, and they will start off with Sweeney at the plate. First pitch to Sweeney is called a strike, and again Lundberg back out there. He's had one rough little spot, but otherwise has been effective again today. And he gets Sweeney to hit that one foul. Still an 0-2 count. Fouled away again. Sweeney hanging tough. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Well, 1 down. Quinton got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one right to third. Bullard will get that over to first. I guess one thing to note is they did not change Hall and Bullard at that pitching change, so that's something. Terry at the plate looks at strike 1. 2 away. Nobody on base. Ground foul to make it 0-2. Back to Bullard. He gets a glove on it. He's going to be the one to pick it up. No play back at first, though. Probably would have been better if Hall had helped him out, but he did not. It will go down as an infield hit, as it should. Frank looks at a strike. Swings at a curveball. It comes up empty. Well, this one gets away. Rolls all the way to the backstop. 1-2. Called strike 3 on an elevated fastball, which brings us to the 9th inning. It is a safe situation, so Shibuya will come in. The Brewers are going to start off with the pitcher's spot. I imagine they will pinch hit. I'm going to guess they're bringing in Muto, but I don't know that. There is the time call. Nope, Ricky Weeks. That was my second guess. We'll see if that is still true after we bring in Shibuya. So they're both right-handed. You wouldn't think that would change anything, but oftentimes it does. Yeah, they do pull weaks. Here comes Muto. Very similar lines, but he is a left-handed bat. Ground ball to Terry. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Gwynn. He is 1 for 3. But then was caught stealing. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one again to Terry, but it's just foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brewers down to their last out. Cedeno is 0 for 3 on the day. He will look at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball. Phil's going to field it and get it to first, and that is the series. The Squirrels do get the sweep, but it was a tougher 3 games than we would have guessed. Milwaukee Brewers 0, Indianapolis Squirrels 3 in today's game. Take a look at the highlights. Alright, Joey is your player of the game. Thank you everybody for watching. If you want to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. As mentioned, we're off tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we got the A's after that, but I don't remember where. So it'll be a surprise to all of us when we come back where the next game's at. We'll see you then.